What's happening, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. I believe we're going to call this channel The Playbook. Today, we are discussing free kicks, and it's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to get you right. You see the layout, the situation, the proposal, and I'm using Odegaard, which I did on purpose because he is skilled. He is good at free kicks, but he's not the best. Let's get the aiming down packed. I'm going to showcase 6 free kicks today, 3 swinging that way, 3 swinging this way with the Trivela, so you get some variety. As you're lining this up, I love to take advantage of the wall. Might sound funny, but it's how I line up my free kicks. It's a good range. You have to be precise. You have to be damn near perfect if you want to score free kicks with certain levels of reoccurring themes, accuracy, validity. You get the idea. So we're going to aim on the outside. We've got a left-footed player. It's going to go over the wall. The target should always be in the top corner. It's not the only way to score free kicks, but if you put it here, you're going to be proficient. I've noticed that this year in particular, you need more power than ever before. 3 bars used to be the rule of thumb. I'm finding from my own personal experience that I like more than 3 bars. I told you I'm scoring goals, and I'm doing all this in moments, which I highly recommend. It is the best place to get early practice with free kicks, in my humble opinion. We're almost at 4 bars, and watch this thing sky high fly into that top corner. From the spot, can't do anything about it. Perfect, absolute perfection. And then we celebrate and we congratulate. We smile, we headbutt, we do what we're gonna do. Moving on, an instant replay for the people, because why not? I love these instant replays. Gorgeous, stop, pop. Mwah! I switched the camera from over there. I might have covered up the power bar. You'll see it this time loud and clear. So we're lining it up. I just want to show you a similar approach because I want to teach you consistency. We're taking advantage of this gentleman right here, and you do have a little bit of movement. It's not perfect. It's not always identical, but it is a good starting point when you're talking about aiming. Target will always be in this location, time and time again. You want that corner. Bust it down. Blue face. And line it up. As a reminder, 3.5 bars of power. Key to success. Oh, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. We got more to show. New location, a little more distance. The aiming is still generally similar, but let me help you paint the picture. Odegaard, left-footed. We know this. We're still going to use that wall to our advantage as we're aiming. You want to go over or just around. This man is the marker. This, my friends, is always and will stay as the target. That's where we're going to take advantage. Knock on wood. Don't break a controller, score more goals. Put that on a t-shirt. Once you get past 25 yards, I would say 3.5 becomes a minimum, maybe even a little bit over that 3.5 mark. As close as you can to full bar without going over is going to be your goal post 25 yards. I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you how to score the goals. I know that it's not easy if the game is lagging or there's delay or you're feeling the pressure, you got nervy hands. It's not going to work for you. And there you have it. Fabianski can't do anything with it. And you've scored yourself something that's going to be repeated on highlight tapes time and time again. Odegaard from the spot. Now we're going to use the outside of the boot. Same situations, you can score in both ways, wherever you're more comfortable, or if you like it, it's easier on the eyes. The premise does not change, but you're gonna have to aim differently because of what you want to create, what we're trying to create. Outside of the foot, curved or curled, that's obviously gonna be part of this. You can see my controller on the side if you wanna see everything that's being pushed. I don't think it's as relevant or prevalent to free kicks comparatively to the run of play. The power rule is not going to shift, giving you an early notice. This man in the wall will be the man to beat. And again, you can go over, you can go around. Sometimes when you're going with the Trivela, you have a little more range as well in terms of margins. So I talked about this being the best area to score. You want that corner. If you get enough power, and depending on the distance, from my personal experience with the Trivela, you sometimes can put it a little more central, a little more in the midst of the goal. You have a better margin if you get that additional power. Again, even from 22 yards out, 3.5 bars. That's going to be the hardest adjustment for many of you, because you don't have much safety. You've got to give it your all. Risk to reward. Odegaard unleashes. And you see what I'm saying? That wasn't right in the corner, but with Trivelas in particular, they don't always need to be. Sometimes you get that animation where the goalkeeper will tap it in or fall into the goal with you, which doesn't always exist with the same levels or happenings when you're going with a traditional outside of the boot situation. Ayo, dead center. Gonna need to be perfect. But this is one of my favorite goals to score. It looks gorgeous, and I'm calling my folks. I'm telling people, I'm screenshotting, I'm clipping. The live stream is giving us some good energy. You line it up outside of the boot. 25 meters is the official distance. Target stays similar. This is the man that you have to beat. If you do those things properly, you'll give yourself a chance. And the goalkeeper, it's got to be said, I always look at where he's positioned. Sometimes the goalkeeper will give you a better margin to work with, but it varies. The positioning isn't always identical, which can be a little bit annoying, but it is similar. Sometimes they cheat a little more this way or a little more that way. In this circumstance, he's almost dead center. So I know that I'm gonna have to be perfect if I wanna score this goal. We've got it lined up, edged up, power, just over 3.5 bars. When in doubt, go with power. It's almost better to miss because you overpowered it than to under hit it. Goalkeeper gets a chance to catch and save and start a counterattack. Odegaard. Oh, that's off the post. A little nifty, a little extra shift, an extracurricular. I'm loving Odegaard this year on a side note if you want a player to try out. Last of the clips, and it's going to be a little bit different. We're going a little more low. We're going to beat the wall. And again, I talk about goalkeeper reactions and positioning, not always going to be identical. You can see the goalkeeper's cheated over. It gives you a big portion of the goal to work with, but there's still a lot of distance and you're going to need some oomph. I would say you're aiming for anywhere in this zone, and you've got to play it close with the post if you want to have a chance. I know I talked about going up top, but we're actually going to go down low. You can always take advantage of either area or circumstance in terms of being able to finish. The key is that it's in the corner. I just find it personally more difficult to get the ball to drop down enough to really go into the lower bottom corner unless you go around the wall. As for aiming, you've seen what we're all about. We're looking at how the wall's lined up. I can't stress that enough. Your second cousin is going to be sitting out here, and you just got to make sure that you beat him. There's nothing worse than hitting the wall. It gives you nothing. You don't get a chance to score goals. You feel like you wasted an opportunity. We love consistency. 3.5 bars. Odegaard's going to unleash. Beats the wall. Goalkeeper has a terrible reaction. Didn't expect it to go in. You score. And I told you, it doesn't always have to be in the top corner, but you do have to have enough power, and it does need to hit a corner unless it's one of those shorter distance scenarios. And I talked about this with the Trivela in particular, where you can really, truly just overpower the goalkeeper, and it deals with how far out are you. And these examples are what you're going to run into on a regular basis. I'll make follow-up videos that cover some of the more extraordinary, just ridiculous angles, because those are the highlights that you see on Reddit, that you see on different YouTube videos where people are bragging, but they're not scored with high conviction rates. And that's okay, as long as people give you that disclaimer. If it helped, like it, subscribe it, do all the goodness. I'll leave a bunch of links down below, and I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.